I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello! We are back with another episode of the Love and Hip Hop Miami After Show. Of course, I am your girl, Tyra. To the left of me, I have the smooth talker, the wokest person in the room,
Brother
Mr.
Preacher.
Alfie.
I be sleepy sometimes, though. I take naps.
We got Diva always telling her mind. Gonna put you in your place. Miss Jeroslyn over here.
In her all white.
Yes, in
My
her all white. Okay.
with a little brown.
A little cocaine white over there.
Okay,
Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. I mean, it was pretty intense this episode. Of course, we're going to talk about this relationship drama between Amara and Emjay. And then, I mean, it wasn't a lot really, but that's going to take up most of the meat of it. But then we got to talk about this BAPS Tour and how it was a huge flop. But it was great comedic relief that we needed.
Oh, yeah.
So what were you guys' overall thoughts?
Heavy. It gets
Heavy.
you thinking, because it's like, is love enough?
I say both. It was like sweet and sour. That's what I'm going to call it, sweet and sour sauce. Because the BAPS thing was, the BAPS tour was actually...
It was needed.
It was enjoyable. There was a lot of, points that I felt are important to just put out there. But other than that, it was a great segment of that whole spiel because it is mad heavy with the emotions, especially in Amara's case. I'm like, this is becoming
Amara is being an
soap
open
opera.
book this season, and I love
She
it.
is.
I'm here for it.
I love it. I agree. It was like a weight lifted off of me when I saw this BAPS Tour flop. Sorry, guys. It was a flop. But I needed that because it was so heavy, like seeing what Amara is dealing with, even though, I'm not going to lie, I did think it was a bit dramatic. Not the situation at hand, but how it was presented to us on television. It was very soap opera-y.
Oh,
I mean,
very.
like that.
Telenovela.
Right. Like, we didn't see any of the behind the scenes of what, led. Did she call him and say, hey, we need to talk?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, boom. Because you... And I was just like, whoa,
right.
whoa.
It was something's just off there, but they do have a production, so it's like, okay.
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, well, I guess so. So let's just talk about that. Let's dive into it because it was a lot.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
For me, I did feel bad for him when he started crying and he started breaking down. But at the same time, I could tell she checked out. Also, just thinking as a woman, it's just not sexy. It's not a sexy thing, no matter
how. For a
how.
man to cry?
Oh, no. I'm saying for a man not to be able to provide anything.
Oh, okay.
And you can understand, I can understand being there during a hard time, a job transition or whatever, but if this is just what it is, so I don't necessarily think that she allowed Annie to get into her ear. I think she was already having these feelings, and Annie just put a stamp on it and gave her that confirmation where she was like, oh, you know what? I'm not really sure about this. This is how I've been feeling. She's confirming for me, telling me that you were doing this 10 years ago. And, you can also take into account, like, oh, okay, was Annie bitter because whatever he claims, and we'll get into that, but like he claims that they broke up because she cheated on him. But at the same time, Amara's feeling how Amara's feeling. And we done seen you try to put a baby in her, try to finesse your way as her manager. And even when she broke up with you, you got to go to a hotel. Brother, what you got going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, he moved in with her, so that's why he has to go to a hotel.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I guess I'm going to have to oppose. I was so sad. I felt so bad for Emjay because I don't know, maybe I'm just all for love and just all of like having a supportive spouse, friend, whatever he is. And I sincerely feel like that he has been there for her. Granted, he does a lot, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like that may just be how he expresses his love. And he did this to Annie, but I kind of feel what Shay was saying, like, don't let someone from his past come dictate what y'all have. Like, I personally am not taking advice or making my sole decision based off of a history or something that an ex told me. Like, I'm going to think about it, and yes, it's probably like, damn, okay, yes, these were things that have been going through my mind, but let me talk to a close friend or let me talk to someone who knows him more than a girlfriend. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. She did have valid points, and I could be just in La La Land. But I personally feel like she should have stood her ground and been like, look, I know what Emjay has been for me. And, this kind of seems similar. But at the end of the day, like, I know him. Okay.
I'm on both sides. Actually, it was weird. I felt like I could understand both point of views in the sense of breaking down the emotional care about you part. That's what becomes such a hard
Thing to decipher.
Thing to balance, because he can have full intentions of being the best person ever, and there are people out there who just like to bring down good things, and maybe she is the bitter ex. I've seen that and I've experienced that, and that is unfortunate when people try to drag your reputation down. But there are people out there who do that. So it may come up later. It's 10 years later. So it's even more like all the way. There's such a significant time that he could or could not be the same person. I mean, there's got to be evolution and hopefully you grow. But with that and them going through so much, I don't think Amara needs that in her life. So if she's feeling sensitive about things, it's because she's in a very sensitive part of her career. There's so much going on. There's so many big decisions and transitions that he has full good intentions, but he's also not in the right time for her to deal with that kind of stuff. So him being so much, he's on the edge of, he might either be passionate or he's crazy. And it's one of those situations where he doesn't have his friends or something else. You don't see a other part, or they don't show that he needs to have that kind of stuff applies. Because if you have somebody who's big and busy, you want to be somebody who's there for him. That's a good partner quality. But at the same time, you have to balance that with not doing too much, not trying to get too much control, not trying to waver yourself all in her life, and then you ain't got your own stuff going together. If you're doing your own stuff, and even like I said, with that wanting to be your manager, I would have thought it would have been a better move to manage somebody else, show how I'm working, I'm doing stuff, and
that part. Because so remember, I was team Emjay, because I'm here for a man that's gonna be ride for his woman and be the support system she needs. But I also thought he had his own thing going on. It wasn't until him finessing his way as the manager, we was already a little skeptical when he was trying to plant the seed. But when him finessing the way as the manager, it was like, hold up, like, what do you do? Do you not have a job? And for the simple fact that he's trying to manage her, it shows you got the time to manage people. So why aren't you trying to go out and find another hustle, or some form of hustle? Because you got to bring in an income. And I've been in that situation where I know he loved me. I know no one's gonna love me the way he loves me, because like this, he's gonna ride for me. But we're just not on the same level. And all it takes is me already kind of having these insecurities, but it's like, oh, I love him, I'm used to him, I'm gonna keep riding with him. But then here come a dude who got a job, who got money, who could come and make you feel special, in addition to giving you that love and affection that the other guy does. And it's like, I'm sorry, it's just,
I mean, it's weird. It's a tricky thing, because he's an artist too. So maybe he ain't popping now, but maybe he blows up, and it could be a reverse thing.
Can we define what he does?
I think he's an R&B artist.
R&B?
I think he sings. But even still, he's a creative mind, and it's hard for two creatives to be together, because it's such a weird, wavering journey until you reach that certain level to where you just have enough money to say, I'm always good. And he says, I think he does pay bills, because he said, without mentioning all the ins and outs.
He probably went to buy some groceries.
But I mean, when you have somebody who has a big old house and got bills that he's trying to pull his weight, but if he can't be the same, then sometimes that doesn't work out. But that doesn't mean that was a bad decision for her heart to try to love him.
And I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't mean that he's not trying. Like, maybe that's just what he's good at. He's good at catering. I feel like it's nothing wrong.
So go make some money doing that.
Go make some money doing it right. So I think in this situation, Emjay needs to prove that he is capable of doing more. I don't think she should completely write him out, off, because he has been one of her biggest support systems.
Like maybe working as a roadie for artists, like something working with an A&R to help develop artists, or some kind of way that can bring you some money.
That he has that hustle that he claimed that he has when he was 15. But I don't know, I just saw the sincerity, and I just feel like
I saw that.
I feel like she should give him a chance. And it sounds like he has his own trauma and own issues that he personally has dealt with. We don't really know his backstory. We know all about Amara. This is not me being Captain Save, Emjay. This is just like, give him a chance. Like, he love her.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, even, like, I have dudes like that in my own family members. I love them dearly, but it really took them being put out on their ass to really
get it
step
together.
up.
And sometimes you need a break. I think maybe this is a healthy thing. Everything is getting so intense that I feel like she's passionately going off the handles where she would normally, like with the situation of a father, be more, outside of the box thinking. And for it being her situation in comparison to the father and MJ, she wasn't as level-headed. She wasn't as open to hearing the facts first before making a decision. And maybe that's because it's him and it's a sexual connection there that it makes you more triggered. But I feel like her breaking off, giving it time for them both to just, once you get into yelling, you're not accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
And him walking around even thinking to punch stuff or make her think that you're going to destroy property, you're just only going to ruin your situation to possibly come back. And then with the later episodes, I think he comes back popping up at the wrong time. So it's like you can't do too much, and it's hard for a man to have big feelings and make the right decision.
Make me miss you.
But you got to.
Let me miss you. You doing too much.
Yeah, especially doing too much. We want y'all to do too much for us. This is a great segue. We on YouTube. We love that y'all watch us. Give us those 5 stars. Leave those comments. We read them. You're the reason why we're the ESPN of TV Talk.
Ooh, you heard that deep voice.
Yeah, every now and then.
I wanna keep talking about the relationship a little bit. Do you think Amara is easily influenced? Like, do you think it could be her emotions is just based off of how we've seen her move this season? It's all based off of what people tell her. So I think that's another reason why I couldn't really get down with this whole breakup thing, because it's like, are you sincerely feeling this for yourself and not just from what everybody around you is telling you?
I agree.
I think it's a lot of both. Only because she is, well, it looks like all on her own. Her mom is like, that's it. And then everything else is like figuring out the business. And then the business friends, which aren't real friends, is not like a solid, these are just my people type situation from what I've seen. When you're like that, you kind of try to make your family out of the people you meet or the situations, which opens you up to being vulnerable and I guess too caught up. I'm from Miami. I came out here to California, and it's one of those situations where I've met a lot of people that have gone through stuff only because I'm here by myself. So it's like, unless you're going to be in solitude and it's just her and her mom, I think, it's just not a realistic option. I think she's handling it as well as she can, but it's a dog-eat-dog world, and you're going to get caught up, and then you just have to, find a way to step outside yourself to balance yourself, because her mom is not necessarily into the business, so she can't really advise her. And then these people are being like, in the industry, but I'm your friend, but I'm your sister, but you date my brother.
Too many
but
ties.
it's too many,
because
too
of
many
the
crossing
preview.
angles and ties for those communications to be hard to deal with. I think Shay is being real genuine and being real open and being a great sister and friend to Amara, but standing her ground on her principles because she's just that type of girl. I feel like she's right, and that makes it even harder for Amara to make good decisions because there's so much emotion and so much you gotta still watch your own back though, because everybody
she
has
needs
their
to
own
cut
thing.
everybody off right now.
She does.
And it's not
good.
anything personal. It's really that she's going through a major transition, and the universe is going to keep throwing these situations at you until you allow yourself to be still and get the message that you need to receive. And she's not going to receive it having some dude cooped up under her.
Yeah.
She's not going to receive it having wishy-washy friends. Because even though I do think Shay's a genuine person, and I do think there's more of a genuine friendship there, but at the same time, it's like she can always turn on her in a dime. Oh, you started talking to JoJo. When she started talking to JoJo, I'm going to curse you out. Oh, it's my brother. No, this is my brother. So it's like, you're not a genuine friend. Because a genuine friend is going to always remember, I'm still a friend regardless of personal relationships. So, and then she got her mother, and the mother said it like, I can't have you stressing her out because I need her. Everybody's depending on this girl. Everybody's on this girl. And top of the daddy coming back. Amara needs to take a break from everybody. Take a good 2 weeks. I guess bring Mama La Negra with you. But even let Mama La Negra take a break from Mama La Negra too, because it's like, Amara, you really have to hone in on you, because no one's going to take you to that next level but you.
I totally agree. Now, do you think Premadonna was messy, or do you think that was full intentions of bettering her? Really?
Messy.
Well, I feel it's messy because why go out your way unless you saving somebody from something that you see going on, I don't know, abuse or like, you know, they robbing your money. I feel like she knew that was a 10-year spread between them knowing each other. I think it's something you probably, if they were even close, they're not close enough for that to even be justified.
Yeah.
But if there was a triggered my heart, I just wanted to be a good person, that's something you'd be like, by the way, I met this girl, you choose what you want to do. So
you wouldn't bring her to the dinner or lunch.
You would slide her up in there.
Yeah, you would just talk to her,
instigating.
and then, you know, if you do, like, she's a nice person. She's open to talking to you about the situation, but don't just have her pop up.
And then the face she was making, like the face she made when the girl came up, the face she made when the girl said he wouldn't be in Miami if it wasn't for me. She was like, like you
wouldn't have to go there. I think that's what she said.
That was like how Hood Bratt was and how Bobby Light was. This is a certain kind of energy where people just like to put things together and make an explosion. It's like a chemistry set.
Not even gonna lie, but it was a bit messy.
It was, and the
like
girl was
a pig.
disrespectful.
It was very messy. It was. I just wanted to know y'all opinion on that because I'm like, was she trying to be sincere or
stir the pot?
And I feel like Annie kind of came really kind of strong too. Like, okay, sis, like,
but that's
don't
why I
approach
feel
me
like,
kind of harsh either.
Right,
I don't know.
like you still dating him or something.
Right, like
it was just like her energy. Her energy wasn't as
Pure.
someone who's just like I'm not checking for him. I just want to warn you and wish you luck, sis. But it was more of like, I'm telling you
because that's what he did to me, and that's what he do, and he gonna forever be that way. Like he came involved within the 10-year time span.
And that might be true, but who cares?
Right.
You're not with him. He's moved on. You hopefully moved on, but clearly not.
Right. And
if you have moved on, that's why I feel like.
Be honest.
This is why Amara shouldn't take it that deep. And even if there was things to open your mind's eye to what's going on with you, you just have clarity and you make him prove himself worthy. But you don't just end the relationship
because of just
it's what
that.
She said go.
And it's like, why does she care so much to eat? Like, if I'm 10 years removed from a man, if I know how he is or if that's how he was for me, good luck, sis. I'm watching from afar. I don't even care.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, of all of your exes, is there's one that you would go to the person they're dating now and be like, watch out? No, I really don't care.
That's a telltale. That means homeboy was doing good and she's mad. Been through that. I feel you, player.
Okay. Well, speaking of feelings,
always gonna be mad.
All of the girls were in their feelings on this BAPS tour because listen, Alvin, he did not.
And the chipmunk. That's what he called it. Alvin is the chipmunk.
He did not present them in a.
Alvin's not presenting himself. Like it's like the only representation we have of him is from working with Trina, which that was a joke.
A mess.
His back and forth with Bobby Lights, which that again was a joke.
Yep.
And then now this damn tour.
And then him working for Trina. Right.
Oh yeah. Gotta put him in the kitchen.
Manager in the kitchen.
Manager in the kitchen.
The line cook.
Well, I'll say this. He had great confidence, and that's something, if you're trying to go somewhere and do something and you falling down and you go through the ins and outs, the best way for you to get opportunity is to ride the confidence, the vibrato for him to get the girls in line. We're going to get this money.
I completely agree.
And you keep that. He showed, for managers who have artists or things that go awry, the best thing you could do is have that positive energy, try to make it the best situation. Because it ended up being kind of cool. Which
did it?
Well, as far as the show, I was pleasantly surprised. I think Bobby did a great job of hosting.
Bobby did his job.
I think the editors of the show made it what it was.
Yeah, well, that too, but at the same time, if it even halfway felt that way, I thought he can't work for them. But it was a great moment in time. He had his chance. He failed though.
Can I say? Oh no, you go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
Okay.
Go ahead, girl.
I understand the confidence. I understand all of that, but you also have to have the logistics. Wow. And you could have Googled that saloon. You could have Googled one. You could have Googled this town. You could have Googled the population. You could have Googled the motel. There's so much stuff that I could have done, and I'm not even the manager. So. And if you've been on the road with Trina, you've done all of this stuff. You know Trina ain't staying in no motel. Use your reference list of the things that you did with her to book these people. Come on now.
That's like at the end of the day, I'm hoping it was just for production for the show.
It had to be.
Because
we don't believe you.
It had to be.
Alvin wouldn't go on TV now to represent himself like that as a manager.
Because you clearly not trying to get booked.
But
outside of the show.
Shout out to Suki for holding it down. Like, I really was impressed. That performance was hilarious. It wasn't hilarious. It was a good performance, and that's why she stole the room, because it's like you gotta just
You
own.
think Suki stole it?
She stole the show.
No, you mean Kamillin.
for sure.
Wait, whose song was it that said
Number 2.
"Put it in your throat"?
Oh, that was Suki.
She stole
You
the
just
show.
like the song, girl. Because
I'm talking about the fact that when she was singing her song, the dudes was twerking, the people are dancing.
But she only did that because Kamillin did such a good job. She went on the bar. She was doing that
Kamillin
wiggle,
tore it up.
Oh, she did the
thing. It was cute.
Listen.
And it was lively for it. That's what I felt
I'm
like.
saying is that this is a tour. Why are they at the Piggly Wigglies in Homestead, Florida?
She worked that thing.
And there's plenty of venues in Miami.
She be like, pop, chicka, pop.
Plenty of venues.
Plenty of venues.
Yep.
That's why I was just so confused.
They could have put them right on Ocean Ave for all of that.
Listen, they could have did a little
beach
They
performance.
should just did it at the
performance.
strip club as the first one.
Pretty
Since
much,
they've been
like,
doing
it
the
was just-
auditions there. They should have started
And who
at the
was
strip
the
club and
janky
worked on
promoter?
it. I think the white lady that came over and tried to
But
get a
you know,
drink.
this is what I love though. I did love, although it was a mess, they still attempted. Well,
Yeah.
Suki attempted, but everybody else showed professionalism. As soon as they was like, money's here, Kamillin was like, okay, babe, where y'all want me? Because at this point, I'm getting paid. And then even Hood Bratt, even though we got to talk about that too, but she, like, everybody presented themselves in a way like, okay, this may be bad, but we're making it the best of it because we're getting paid. And you don't just, walk out and quit because of the circumstances and you're still getting paid.
Right.
But Hood Bratt, she's over it. I don't think she's gonna last.
Her career?
No,
or
not her.
on the
Her
tour?
career on the tour with the girls, you can just sense the difference. It's like
They got a
even
different vibe.
even from with the whole them going to the motel when Sukiana was pissed, calling the bus a U-Haul. Like, she was just in the back seat, like, this is just what we doing. Like, this is how we grind. Like, just be, be appreciative and just do it. Do you agree? Do you think that they should let all of the mess go, or I don't know, or should they still expect more from a manager? Because I get it, yeah, you're on a hustle and you're doing this, this, and this, but I also feel like having a manager, they should also be caring for my basic needs, not just rolling with it for the hustle.
Again, this is both. Because they new artists, they should, make the best of any situation given to you. And your reputation precedes you, so no matter what's going on, some way you're laying a foundation of business ahead, and that's either getting a better manager or just, like I said, I think the show ended up being more of a success because people enjoyed it. They got to have a different audience, be exposed to them. So there were pluses and there were a lot of minuses that having standards is, you still want that. And that's why they were both right to a certain way. Like, Suki not allowing herself to be just thrown in anywhere is something that you have to have inside you. And this is what you have to be both of these women at the same time when you're going through your career, because there's going to be a lot of things that you don't stand for and that will allow you to go further, or there's some things that you're going to have to roll with the punches and that will allow you to go further. But the best thing that they did was the money was processed.
Right.
You get the show.
Still do right, because I don't think there's anything wrong with having standards and expressing. Especially, it's like if you're my manager, I'm paying you, giving you this opportunity. You have to hear my concerns, my complaints, everything, fears, all of that.
Fire them with a smile.
Yeah, but at the same time, with Hood Bratt, I can understand her not being as naggy as the rest of them, and then being annoyed when she's hearing that because she's trying to keep herself in a positive mindset. But we'll see how the rest of this tour goes, because from the way it's looking, it's like she might be the one to be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I feel it too. And I mean, we kind of talked about it last week too, how like, not saying that she's like under, but Sukiana and Kamillin, they kind of have more of a higher kind of, I guess, fan base in a way. So I guess it could also just be, it hits different for her, because it's like, I'm still trying to get up there. Like, y'all, I don't know. I'm down for anything because I need the opportunities.
Exactly.
It's not as, I don't want to say as important, but as it is for them. So I don't know, but I mean, I'm good. Anything else y'all want to talk about? We got some news and gossip.
Let's get to it.
TV News.
Well, we'll first get into this because this was trending all day today. Stevie J sent out a tweet early this morning saying, ladies, retire those lace fronts from Love and Hip Hop Miami, except PM for Premadonna. fire hair and makeup immediately. Have our beautiful sisters looking nuts out here.
The way you just read
They
that.
all responded. Trick Daddy responded. He was like, "Don't you say nothing about nobody in Miami." You know, and I found it ironic after all the bad weaves that we done saw in Atlanta.
After all the bad
And then
weeds.
they went and dug up pictures of Faith Evans, and sometimes when she's had bad wigs and makeup jobs, and told Stevie J, "How dare you, Stevie J? How dare you?" So, what were you guys' thoughts on that? Well, we had been talking about the
We've
wig.
been talking about it. Okay, I'm sorry. Stevie was right.
Stevie's right.
I mean, point blank, period. I'm sorry.
Not all the time, though.
Not
The
all
wigs,
the time. The wigs, they're laid a
Yeah.
lot of times. But I
A
mean,
lot of times.
come on. Even as a woman, though, sometimes
Yeah.
my
You
wigs
just
be
be like,
slipping a little bit
looking
too.
at, like
I feel like he shouldn't fault them for it, but it was true at the
no,
same
but
time.
because at the same time, it's like, who is hair and makeup on the
Who-
show?
no,
Because
really, who is? Because sometimes some people be looking real oily. And like I said, Miss Annie today, her eyebrows was real sharp.
and I've
Permanent
and
marker.
I've seen Sukiana comment on Instagram why they didn't tell me my face was so oily. So it's like, what is
Yeah.
going on? Like, you're supposed to pause.
Is it the Miami Heat?
No,
Yeah, that
it's-
moisture in there. But I mean, I don't know. That's just,
it's
production.
probably the production that is from Miami, and they just like, whatever. They look
Mhm.
fine
When
to
it comes to
me.
these shows, you gotta take care of yourself. You
Yeah.
should have their own
Yeah.
little mirror all the time. If I don't know.
Well, if they got Stevie J
It's
out
rough
here,
on
it turned into a trending topic today. Y'all got to do something and can't be having our girls out here looking crazy like that. Moving right along, MJ came out with a whole confessional with them damn hats. I really don't like those hats, and I feel like you shouldn't trust a man.
Y'all know
That-
we gonna get on that because you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Don't trust a man that wears those Monopoly hats.
Or just wears hats all the time in general because that means they either have a receding hairline, they're balding, something is going on.
And they trying to keep it a secret.
He
Yes.
look like a grown-up version of the black kid from the Little Rascals.
That's right.
Oh.
But that's right.
But that's right.
Bloopers. Your phone is safe.
Yeah, so pretty much all he said in the video was the same thing he done said on the show, and then he just brought up the fact that Annie is mad that he broke up with her because she cheated on him. I wonder why she cheated on you, MJ. I wonder why.
Ooh.
But at the same time, he still does sound hurt, and I think he still wants Amara back. I'm not really sure.
Of course he want Amara back.
I mean, why wouldn't he want Amara back? But
That's what I'm
I think, to
saying.
me, I think Amara right now needs to stay single until she finds a guy that's on her level.
She does.
Yeah.
She definitely. I'm so sorry for
If
feeling
anything, Amara, get with a dude like a shoe. You need to get you maybe an older dude that's a record exec that could just start getting you
No.
these deals.
No, I'm
yes.
saying no.
Yes.
Old dude.
Yeah,
Or
not
90s.
old dude. No,
Or
not
maybe-
old. I'm talking about like Jay-Z age.
Or maybe she
50,
doesn't even need
40.
anybody in the industry. Like maybe she
Yes.
needs somebody that's like outside
A
that can just be
doctor,
her release and can
With
be
money.
like,
lawyer.
with money though. Yes.
A lawyer.
Or
Entertainment lawyer.
at this point, that's what she
A
needs.
lawyer,
But
a
an
doctor.
entertainment lawyer still is in the mix though.
That's true.
Entertainment
Real
lawyers
estate
definitely.
lawyer.
Real estate. Get a dude in
Right.
real estate.
Right. Get you a
Get
nice
you a
house.
real estate too. That's right. Get somebody.
Mostly.
She needs somebody that's on her level. That he's busy. He got to go take business trips. He makes her miss him. You know what I'm saying?
MJ, look, I'm trying to fight for you. I just need you to prove yourself
Worthy.
so you can continue to confess your love for Amara because he
Don't do
made me
that. No, back off. Chill. Give her some time. And then
Well,
you're going
not
to find
yet.
your way on
MJ,
some
go
chill
wipe
stuff.
up Hood Brat.
That whole popping up at the door thing,
Go
that's going to
go
get you
wipe up
straight
Hood
in
Brat.
order.
Go wipe up
Easy.
Hood Brat. Go help her. Go help her manage her career.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about who brought this Miami.
Who brought the Miami Heat, y'all?
Our special segment that we talk about whoever on the show just brought it.
I'm
I
going
love
with
this
Amara.
music.
Yo, she did.
Don't be slamming like you think that might go. Here's his mouth.
And then when she said it's Spanish, you be careful now. You be careful.
No, the pause.
Yes. And then,
Yeah, dramatic.
she's so
I think that's why she got 2
telenovela.
stories, so she can do that. I bet she practiced
So
that.
telenovela. I love it.
Oh my God, that
But
was
I
hilarious.
think Suki brought the heat with that performance at the end. Put this in your mouth. And I was here for it, and so was the audience. Who brought the heat?
I did, Amara. For me.
Oh, you did say Amara.
Mhm.
Child, who brought the heat? Bobby Light brought the heat, okay?
Rock that show, boy.
He rolled with the punches
Yeah.
when they walked into that lagoon. He did his little twirl.
He did.
And now next, he put on a show for them.
I
He
do,
set
I
the
do
tone
want
as
to
an
say,
MC.
I know they in the South, but I just don't understand why Bobby and Saucy are not on the tour.
Yeah.
But I digress.
I don't think they could do
You
that
know-
budget.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they can afford Saucy
They
and
can't.
Bobby. That's what it is.
Maybe. But
right.
yeah. All right.
Well,
What are your predictions for the next week's episode?
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
it's over.
MJ doing too much.
It's over.
She gonna be doing too much.
And now Shay's gonna get involved, and now her and Amara not gonna be friends again. And then here come JoJo with her angry bird face. I told you.
No, she gonna try to sprinkle in a little bit of they
extras.
little DM stuff. That story's about to come
Yeah.
to
Oh
life
yes,
now.
that
'Cause she
story.
wants to be important.
She wants to be important so bad.
That's the only reason why they do
That's
that.
our predictions. We still
Fellas,
on
watch
Amara.
We
it.
still tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
We're all on the
We
same
gonna talk
page.
about you.
Well,
crazy.
thank you guys so much for tuning in today for another after show.
Gang, gang.
Be sure to catch us on all social media platforms. Where can we find you guys?
At Alfred Nolan Thomas 2.
At Jeroslyn Diva, Jeroslyn Diva.
Yes, and you guys can find me at Tyra Official. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.